Hi guys, this is Jami. We're just playing. Well, sorry for the delay on getting some videos out to you guys, but God, it's been almost a month. But we've been going through some changes, kind of looking for this, anticipating this new map, which is called the Center map. And we've been moving and getting everything organized for that. So this little video is just going to be kind of a goodbye to the old base and the old map, and I'll fly around and give you a tour here real quick. Let me get some height up here for you, and we'll look at it. I'm pretty sad about it because it took me 8 months to do this one, but that new map is phenomenal. There's the layout from up above. So my home away from home. And I uploaded all the critters I needed and all that fun stuff. Shame you can't bring the water ones with you. There's the boat, or the yacht. Pretty snazzy. And the boathouse. The beach house. Greenhouse. To your right over here, we got where I kept my cats and the wolf pack, and the barn. Kept all the animals. Oh, wouldn't be a day in Ark if I didn't hit those damn spikes. But taming pens, the nursery. The gator pit. Or I kept the sarcos just for show, I guess. Because if anybody knows Ark, they know those sarcos are pretty waste of space. The cabana house, which was from the original server. When this used to be tropics, we used to dive off the waterfalls and stuff, but now it's all cold. This is Camp Porcupine, as you can see why I called it that. The Alpha Defense here. Alright, a gun which I rarely use because the Plant Species X took care of them so much, so I never really used it. Tried it out, couldn't hit a damn thing. But if you play with me, you know I can't hit a damn thing. So, and the old stables and the lighthouse. The bridge with a dead critter there, but a couple of them. Alright, now I'll go up to my pride and joy here, which is the trophy lodge, which I will probably miss the most, because when you see it, you'll know how long it took me to make these damn pillars off of Quetzal's back. Oh, I didn't even have a Quetzal then. I was flying around with that Argentavis with the air brakes on just to make these. Oh, I got a Argentavis stuck on there? Yep. Let's see. Come on. You really don't want to mess with me, buddy. wish it was a monkey because I'd like to kill one more monkey before I leave the map, but this is the pride and joy. My trophy house or trophy lodge. Check my plaques. Where I used to keep the wolves when I walk them up there. Alright, well, I will try to fly over here while it's still light here. And we'll go take a look at the other guys' bases real quick here. Just kind of video history or video save point for all the bases on the map here before we start the new center map, which is amazing if you haven't seen it yet. So we're starting to get new, so there's I think there's 12 slots left now on the new map. I think, well, no, I think we filled up probably less than that. I will put it in the description if I remember to do that, but thanks for all your support, guys, and all the little messages and stuff, but I'm sorry again for not posting as much as I should, but with videos, but it gets so busy with real life and then setting this up and running this, and then with the move, which was buzzing around about, say a month ago. They started with the buzz with the central map that it was going to become official. So we're back and forth whether we're going to do it, and we finally just broke down and said, okay, let's do it. Let's make the move because it's an epic map. So, uh-oh. See, every time I start shooting a video, then somebody hits me up on Steam every time. But if you're shooting videos and you're playing on Steam, you guys know what I go through. So, alright, we're coming up to Mad Dog's tribe, which we called them the Hillbillies because they were like the McCoys and the Hatfields fighting all the time, or we used to call them the Dino Dynasty. But this is their base here, and I'll swing out here so you can get a really good look at it. Let it render in here. Pretty epic. So I'm kind of excited to see what their build is going to be on the new map because they got pretty creative with it. Right over the waterfall, and yeah, the waterfall actually goes through their base. So you can kind of stand over a little balcony and watch the waterfall from inside their base. So, a couple greenhouses, some taming pens. Built a big ramp to walk his Brontos up the hill to gather. This is where we had our arena. We had some fights and games and stuff inside the arena here. And this is Foreplays' new little base he started, but never really completed. He went on to do other things for a while. He gets pretty busy. Alright, let's see if we can get Shammy's base in here before it gets too dark. And then I will just cut and come back when it gets light again. We'll be over at the other base, somebody else's base. I think we'll go to Lady Dragon's base here. Oh, these little flags is where we were going to have raptor races around the flags, but we never got around to it with all the big move. We had another game here called the Dodo Skeet Shoot, which is another video I'll probably post. Um, we had these little platforms set up where we had a bunch of dodos in them, and there are different color markers on them to where you can shoot dodos within those little things, those platforms, and get points for how far away they were. And we all shot from here. So, okay, let's see. Here's Shammy's new, I won't even say Shammy's base, new base, because this woman has, she has moved her base. Let's see, one, two, three, four. This is the fifth spot. And the funny thing is, her original base was literally about 10 yards behind this one. So she went all the way around and ended up right back where she was. So, but this is Shammy's little place right next to what we call the hot tub. Um, it's a nice little build. Shammy gets pretty creative with her stuff, but she definitely has her own little look to what she wants. And keep the woman away from a paintbrush because she'll paint everything in sight. I will just land here and I will cut the video here and restart it when we come back from day here. So we BRBs. Alright, welcome back guys. We are back here and I let it get daylight here because I hate using the gammas, gamma 4s and gamming up and down. It just, I like the realistic part of it, but it sucks for shooting videos, but I take little breaks, so that's good. We're coming in here is Lady Dragon, or China Dragon is the base here. And she went with the, I want a lot of space with the fencing and stuff. And she got pretty creative with her buildings. And of course her and Shammy had fun with the paintbrushes, as you can see. But it's pretty straightforward. And I must admit, every time I came over here, she had something different. So she's got a little elevator going to the top of the building here. It looks like, yep. A double gate system, or a taming pen. I'm sorry. Looks like a yep, taming pen there. And looks like her garden greenhouse is over here. And I know she did have some, yeah, there's some water critters with a gate there. And I'm always sad to see the water critters because you can't upload them, which sucks. But I don't know what she was building over here. Maybe a fish trap, it looks like. Or, yeah, or something. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I know she had another little building up here. She had like a little, I guess, a little mining thing up here. A little mobile, or not mobile, but little mining shack up here with some electricity and a forge and stuff here. With her sacred tree or something up here. I don't know where it actually is, but I thought it was up here, somebody said. I do not see it. Is that it? Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah. There we go. Some kind of little building for mining, I guess. Alright, now we're really close to Maj's little base. I won't even call it little base, because he started out really, really small, and now he was building this huge castle-like thing over here. So, fly around and take a look at that one. Fill my water skins. I'm so used to my canteen where you can carry so much water, but these water skins are really bad. I'm so used to canteens and guns and all that fun stuff, Metal Gear, and it's so hard when I uploaded a lot of my stuff. I was like back down to water skins and stone hatchets and stuff. All right, here we're coming into Maj's little base here. That's Strew's boat he left over here because he's kind of landlocked, and I'll show you that his base shortly. Oh, let me show you the beaver little encampment or entrapment we had here for producing cementing paste with the beaver dams. We used to just drop them in here and then clean up the beavers and clean up the beaver dams. But got to the point where the beaver dams are so many beaver dams and stuff in the wild that we just didn't need it. They were producing so many beaver dams. Alright. And you can see Maj is the only one that got these water critters. The Mosasaur, the Plesiosaurus. He's we used to call him Aquaman. He spends most of his time underwater trying to find the red drops down there. So that is his base. Or I used to call it the Longhouse. Which I thought at first would be so inefficient, but when you get into it, he's got everything lined up properly in there. It was just a matter of running up and down the row, gathering everything, and it worked out really well. Really creative. I think he was building an arena here, it looks like. Or no, a castle, his castle. That's what he was doing. But it's pretty impressive. And let me see one that really impressed me is, and I still don't know how he did it. He's a genius when it comes to getting these critters on here, but let me turn around here. This little ramp here, I don't know how he did it, but he got T-Rexes to walk up that little ramp there, up to the top. I tried it, fell off. So I don't know how he did it. But then again, he got two T-Rexes to balance on a Quetzal platform he built. So a genius. Or like I always used to say, he's got a four-leaf clover in his butt because he's the luckiest son of a gun I know playing this game. Finding crazy drops and getting himself out of jams and all kinds of stuff. So, all right, well let's head over to Strews, which is his second build because he moved his base. But the first one was really nice, but the second one was amazing. And I cannot wait to get on this new map and see the builds that these guys come up with. There's some very creative people when it comes to base building. I mean, things that I would never think about doing in a million years, thinking they're not going to work, and then I see these guys building it, and I was like, wow, these things are amazing. I would have never thought of that. I mean, first with Strew was he built that mobile taming thing on a river raft, which is really awesome. I never thought about that. So he used to move it up the what we used to call the Ghetto River there, and through the swamp, and then park it, and then he'd kite a T-Rex or whatever inside the thing, shut the door, and tame him up right in the water, and then float him right back to the base. So quick and easy. Alright, I'm going to land here and grab my stamina back. If it's safe here. Shouldn't be anything up here. Better not. Come on, land, big boy. Come on. Get your stamina back here. And we got two more bases, and then we'll end up at home there, and I will call it a quits there. And hopefully be on next time to show you some more progress of the new map and stuff. I'm sure there's going to be some downtime like this one was from the last video, but because I hear they got a bunch of little bugs they need to work out, and we need to transfer and then move our stuff and find a new spot to build, and everybody's scrambling around to do that. And, so it should be some little downtime, but we'll definitely start highlighting. I think I'm gonna more focus on the adventures we have. We used to have events on here, but they turned out, time frame wise, it didn't fit for the videos. But I think my best thing to do is I think I'm just gonna keep updating you guys on builds. These creative people and show off their talents and how they do their builds and for bases. I think that's probably the best thing to do because I just found with the group of people we got playing now, the builds that they do are just phenomenal. And I'm learning so much just from looking at how they do that. I thought my base was nice, but when I'm looking at some of these things, I'm like, wow, that's cool. I would putting that on there that would work out really nice. So all right, we're coming up to strews here, and he chose a danger spot, but it kind of worked out. Up there every time somebody hits me up with Steve. All right, here we're coming into strews right now. He built across from this waterfall, but I'll let it render in for you guys. And I thought the most impressive thing was his elevator and his forge, his industrial forge placement was just amazing. And I'll actually take a land here and show it to you here. Let me see if I can get a closer view here for you. He's got the elevator here, but then he put his critters up on the first floor for eggs and stuff, and then the forge on the second floor. But then the genius part was, here, let me land and I'll show it to you, was this little deal here. So he literally can land his critters on here and he can just unload them and turn and drop everything in the forge with these little, I don't think the slope ceilings make a big difference, but it looks nice and it's so functional. And he had creative with his taming pens over here, and he did a double wall system where he let his wolves run around free in the wall in between the walls, so kind of give you a good defense. Plant species X, where he kept his Giga, but such an ingenious thing. And we used to come over here and shoot off the top balcony at things down in the river valley there. But I wish he wouldn't have blown up the one thing that was really kick ass on his base here. He had like a monkey pen where he had a bunch of monkeys in a box with a cage on it. It looked like you're at the zoo. And he used to go in there and beat on these monkeys and shock them with those electric prods and everything. Oh, it used to be hilarious. And they're all named after politicians and people in politics. So you can kind of work out your frustrations on the therapy room there, beating up monkeys unconscious. So, all right, let me fly over to the last little base I want to showcase, and we'll head back home there and see if we can get this all done during the day here. We're heading right. You can see Carno Island there, so it's right past the hidden lake. Now, if I'm not saying certain landmarks that are differently, you guys call them different. We came up with our own little names. Hidden Lake, the Ghetto River, which runs right through the map, Carno Island, and then the other island we used to call it Easter Island. And then the big Stonehenge is where all the big stone pillars are, where Maj's base was. Um, just so everybody knew what we were talking about when we were calling something. And I'm sure some of you guys don't know what the heck we're talking about, but and I'm looking forward to the new map for different names. We're going to come up with things on that. So, all right, we should be coming up to Jester and Terry's base here, which this tribe started out with I think 5 people, and then it got whittled down to 2. So it's pretty massive. me let it render in here. And this is the only one I kind of lag out on here because it's so big. So much going on. I think there's actually smoke coming out of my computer right now, but and I don't know too much about these guys because they're from Europe. I think Lithuania. I think. So they were on at different times than we were. They were on. We kind of overlapped, but a few times. But they kind of kept themselves really busy with some stuff over here. Wow, it's even getting laggy when I'm trying to turn this guy here. Oh yeah. See how laggy it is? Let me see if I can get a better shot for you here. Watch it crash and I end up in the water. Yeah, I thought putting that greenhouse out there is a genius, but I still don't know why people make these huge greenhouses. I don't get it, but because if you know anything, yeah, kind of realize after planting for 1 week with full plants that you got a refrigerator full of stuff. So you really don't need a big one. You just need one plant of every kind, or one plant of not even the regular berries, just the narco berries, and then the vegetables. And I just did a mango berry one, and that was it. All right, I'm gonna start heading back here, and I know there was a giga on the back side of here. I don't know if it's still there, but I'm sure it is. But it was only a level 4, but it was a female. But yep, there she is. Same spot. Not even gonna mess with her. Alright, here we are coming back home. I used to be able to tell where I'm at because of the snow, and then I'd hit the temperature, and the temperature dropped 10 degrees or something, so I knew where I was. But I'm gonna miss this old place for sure. I went through the change of the biomes from tropics to half, you can see it's half snow and half tropics there. And then the spawn points changed, so everything was spawning in inside the wall, and I had to shorten up the wall or the compound and move everything to one side. And but 8 months of hard work, sweat and tears, and rage quitting almost one time, and that was because our T-Rex glitched inside the thing and tore up everything, killed some critters, and it was a mess. So, and then finally, when I got it worked out with this big spiky plant species X Tower of Terror over here, they stopped spawning over here. So, never saw one again. Well, T are alpha raptors and carnos, but never a T-Rex, alpha T-Rex. But then again, by that time I had the Giga, so I just take the Giga down and walk him down here and kill whatever. Oh, it's still rendering in. Well, you can see I did a stack system. Spikes in the bottom, then a pillar with a spike on top, then two pillars with a spike on top. Kind of stepped them up a little bit, and then put some plant species X. And this is why we call it Camp Porcupine. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm saying goodbye to this thing, and it's, well, not really putting a tear in my eye, but it's sad to see it go and sad to get started over again, but also exciting at the same time. So I put a lot of work into it. Didn't get what I really wanted to finish up on here, but was the water stuff. But I was working on getting the actual water critters. But um, this is it. All right, gang, guys. I was gonna say guys and gang at the same time there. All right. Well, thanks so much. I will keep you guys updated with some more videos. If you get a chance, if you're new, subscribe. If you're old like me or old subscribers, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps out, and we'll see you next.